Yo, you too. What's up with y'all, man? What's up? What's up with it? It's your boy Elijah B, and I'm back at y'all with a brand new video. And y'all already know what the drill is. Like, comment, and subscribe down below because y'all already know what kind of time it is. As always, I'm back at y'all with a brand new video. I'm back at y'all with a brand new topic. As always, I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's in good spirits and all that. And I'm gonna get to the topic. So for tonight's topic, I'm gonna be doing a. I gotta go on a rant about these elderly people or these OGs or these so-called old heads or these older generations or or if you want to call it the baby boomer generation, the millennials, Gen X versus Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen Beta. Oh, fuck. I swear to fucking God, bro. I'm really just done at this fucking point, dude. I'm really, fuck. So, I'm really getting sick and tired of the fucking, the unsolicited attacks, the shit talk, the disrespect, and the verbal bullying that our generation gets from these older generations, like our parents, their parents, and yeah. Like we're sick and tired of getting I don't know. It's just getting it's just fucking annoying. Like these people won't ever shut the fuck up about how the next generation is the problem, the younger people are the problem, and all that. But then it's like, but having y'all then it's funny, right? It's funny how we're the fucking problem. Yet but then it's like not all of them, but a vast majority of them kind of like set us up for failure in a way. And then it's kind of like let's say for example like you live like in a poor family and all that, then or you live with like poor parents or you live like in a poor family, then most likely they're going to pass down poverty and slavery, also known as working a job for the rest of your life. And then when you come from a rich family, they're going to pass down wealth. They're going to pass down knowledge. They're going to pass down things that are actually like, you know what I'm saying? They're actually going to pass you down something that's going to do you good in the long run. And I don't know. And it's very funny how these old heads want to tell us that we need to grow up and we need to mature and all that. But then if you really think about it, I said this, I feel like I said this already, but a vast majority of people don't mature past middle school or high school. But then it's funny how niggas want to talk shit about me acting like a little kid, and I'm acting like this and I'm acting like that. And then it's very funny how like these old heads can disrespect and they can talk all kinds of shit to these younger generations and all that. Then as soon as we say something about like some shit that they don't like or some shit that they have done that's wrong, then you're disrespectful, you have an attitude, you're argumentative, you're negative, you're complaining and all this. And it's like, yeah, you're damn right, nigga. Yep, you're damn right I'm complaining. Like, fuck you mean. And then these the exact same niggas who want to bitch and cry about us and all that. And it's like, didn't like about they want to cry and complain about us complaining about the exact same thing that these older people complained about. Like, what the fuck do these OGs and these old people got to complain about? Didn't they have it easy back in the day? Wasn't a bag of Doritos like 50 cents back in the day? Wasn't a house back then like at least like 100 bands or 100K? Wasn't everything like a whole lot more cheaper and a whole lot more easier to obtain and maintain and all that? But look at the shit that our generation is going through. Like in our generation, a bag of chips costs like $2.70. Or like a house is like damn or what? Like 300, 400, 500K, or maybe even $1 million or a few $1 million. Like I don't get how these older generations have room to complain and talk shit about how we have our attitudes and how we complain, how we're fed up with the shit the same way they are. Haven't they been complaining for like what, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 plus fucking years? But whenever we got something to say, whenever we get fed up, we're supposed to just lose our attitudes in this. Like, y'all been having attitudes twice as long as we've been fucking alive. But when we have an attitude or when we get fed up and talk shit or say something about these jobs, these niggas will damn near like these niggas will damn near try to fight you or catch a fade with you. These niggas will literally get triggered and will turn into the Incredible Hulk out this bitch. Like, bruh. It's very fucking stupid how, and it's very fucking stupid how the poor and less fortunate, like how the older generations and the younger generations want to fight against each other, while these rich upper class niggas are looking down on us and laughing at us. But yet these older generations want to defend these jobs and want to defend the system and all that shit. The exact same system that they bitch and cry and complain about themselves, but let the next generation have something to say about it, and yet they're the problem. And tell me why today I had gotten into an altercation with my dad on the phone and shit, and this nigga's called me like a bit. He called me like a little bitch and all that. And it's like, dad actually hurt me, man. Like, how was your own dad who gave birth to you or who made you calling you a bitch for being tired of it? But hasn't this nigga been crying and complaining for damn near his entire life, or twice as long as I've been alive? Nope. But when I do it, it's smoking animosity. It's World War III. When we got something to say about it, when Gen Z, Gen Alpha, or Gen Beta has some shit to say about it, then we're the villain and we're the bad guys. And then the older generations want to come after us, and they want to either physically or verbally fight us and talk shit to us about how we're lazy and how we're not shit for not wanting to put up with this shit and not wanting to deal with it. But then these are the niggas who've been crying and complaining their whole fucking lives. Like, I swear, like, elderly people, OGs, old heads, if that's what you want to call it. I prefer to call them either. I prefer to call older people like OGs or the elderly. I have love and respect for my elders. I have love and respect for my elders. But yeah, it's like we're sick and tired of fighting these older generations that have been basically in a much similar predicament to the same one that we're in. And then it's funny how like these people want to bitch and cry and complain about your attitude and all that, but then it's like when you come home from these jobs, like you're drained, you're irritated, and you just want to go home and just lie down and just be left alone and don't feel like doing shit. But when the younger generation does this kind of stuff and they go straight to their room and they don't want to be bothered, they just want to relax and chill and not do shit, then they have an attitude. And why'd you come home with an attitude for? Why are you acting all dry and low energy? Like, fuck you, me. Why am I coming home tired and low energy? Didn't you see me walking the door from coming to fucking work? Don't these older generations see you suffering and struggling damn near every single day? Niggas gotta catch the bus and walk everywhere. Niggas gotta catch the train and gotta go through hell and back just to do damn near everything they want to do. You gotta go through hell and back for your basic human fucking needs. You gotta give hours of your life just to barely get by and still be stuck and still be like, you know what I'm saying, still be stuck in the loop of struggling and all that. And then it's funny how these older generations want to try to flex that shit and trying to flex like they accomplished some big ass shit, but all you do is just, all I do is work and go home. All I do is work and go home. Like, you mean to tell me that you worked 5 to 6 days a week and you worked what, 60, 80, 100 hours? Or what am I talking about? 40, 60, 80, or 100 fucking hours, and yet all you can afford to do is work and go home. Like, you can't go outside and live life to the fullest without having to worry about money or without having to like, I mean, of course you're always going to like, obviously you're always going to like worry about money somehow or worry about money, but then it's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a vast majority of people, all they do is work and go home. Like, that's not a life, dude. That's a cycle. And then when you try to bring this kind of stuff to these old heads, or you try to bring it to these OGs, you're just complaining, you're just making excuses, you just have an attitude, you're just negative and disrespectful. Like, it's funny how my family can call me a bitch and they can call me out of my fucking name, but then when I talk about some shit that they do, or I bring up some shit that they don't like, or I bring up some of their flaws and their impurities, then now all of a sudden I'm public enemy number one, and now I'm the bad guy and all that. Like, it's even getting to the point where like I feel like I'm like, it even gets to the point where like even the poor and less fortunate even get bullied by their own families that are in a much similar predicament that they're in as well. Like, this is why this is why shit is never gonna change, man. Like, I'm not even trying to be on no negative shit or no pessimistic shit, but then it's like the poor and less fortunate are going to war with each other, while the rich people sit back and watch. Well, these so-called rich higher ups or whatever you want to call it. I don't really know like what to call it and all that. But then these people sit back and they watch us go to war with each other, and they get to profit and benefit, and they get to gain something out of us going to war with each other, when we really should be going to war with the people who are behind this shit. But you already know these old heads. These old heads. It's always the next generation's fault, and it's the people who are against the exact same thing that their dumbasses are against their damn selves. It's their fault, and And nobody's ever gonna want to come together. Nobody's ever gonna want to stand up for anything. And this is why this bullshit has been going on for too fucking long. And this shit should have been abolished. This shit should have been fucking ended. And then it's like these old heads and these OGs, they don't really see the struggle. It's like they'll complain about the struggles that people are going through today. Within when we go through it, we're supposed to just suck it up and stop crying like little bitches or whatever and all that. And like my dad called me, like it's funny how my dad can call me a bitch, but when I call this nigga out on his bullshit, or when I call this nigga out for, or when I call this nigga out for not like teaching me certain things that I need to know, and like the whole father son thing and teaching your son like survival skills and stuff like that, or just, you know what I'm saying, like real parenting skills, like just real life skills and all that. And then it's very funny how my dad is a street dude, or how my dad is a thug, or used to be a street dude, or used to be a thug or whatever, but then I'm a square. Like I've been called a square multiple fucking times and all that. Then this nigga wants to sit up here and go, it's okay to be a square. It's okay to be a square. No, the fuck it's not okay to be a square. Squares get bullied and picked on. Squares don't get girls. Squares get overworked and underpaid. Squares have to live a miserable life. And not all of them do. Some of them succeed, but and I'm not trying to be negative or pessimistic, but I don't see a lot of them succeeding or whatever. But I guess if you call getting up 5 days a week and going to and from home and work a life, then hey, fuck it. Oh, I guess a lot of people made it then. A lot of people made it out then. And then it's funny how these older people or these OGs want to call our generation lazy and all that, but then like what about all the bosses and managers that they've ever worked for throughout their whole entire life? Like, what about the bosses and managers who sit, stand, walk, and lounge around and get to leech and eat off everybody else's work, and they get to live it up, while the employees who actually put in the work have to suffer and struggle? But when these grown ass adults sit on their fucking asses all day and don't do shit, nobody will bat an eye at them, but everybody's gonna bat an eye at the poor and less fortunate, the people who work dimmer every single day and still have to suffer and struggle. Unfortunately, that's sad as fuck. And then the fact that people justify and defend this shit just pisses me the fuck off and makes me angry. Like I don't even want to be. I don't even want to be around niggas who justify this shit. Like it's literally some bullshit. And then I'm sick and tired of these old people or these OGs or these old heads trying to compare.
Well, was back in my day, Sonny. Back in my day, this. Back in my day, that.
Like, bruh, like, how are you comparing something that happened back in your day in a completely different timeline in a different era and from fucking decades and decades ago and from different eras ago to what the fuck is going on and what's happening today? Like, wait, what point are you trying to fucking make here? And then you want to know what's fucked up about like having a family? It's funny how your family sees you going through shit and they've seen you go through like a lot of shit throughout your entire life and all that, and then like when you bring it up, they want to act all oblivious and shit, like they don't know what you're talking about, or you're making excuses and you're protesting, you're arguing, you're being negative and all that. But then whenever it's time for your family to talk shit and negatively criticize you, these niggas turn into Wikipedia. These niggas know damn near everything about your ass. But then when it's time, when you're actually going through some shit, then these niggas are oblivious and they want to turn a blind eye to the shit. These niggas don't bat an eye whenever you're going through some shit, but then whenever they're talking shit or they're making it rain on you, then these niggas can go all in and talk all the shit in the world about you, but yet they don't know anything about you or whatever you're going through. And what are you going through? But yet these people have been here your entire fucking life and they have the nerve to ask what you're going through? What? And then when it comes to like the black community and shit, it's very fucking. I'm sick and tired of this shit, bro. I'm really sick of it. Like not all, oh, and this isn't towards all brothers and all sisters, but let's just say a certain percentage of brothers and sisters are financially irresponsible and financially fucking retarded and stupid, and then that puts them in a hole. That puts them in a fucking rabbit hole, or it puts them in a hole, and it puts them like and it's like adding fuel to the fire and all that shit. And then now they want to bitch and cry about them being broke and all that, but then it's like you were stupid with your money and all that, and now you're suffering and this. And it's always these older generations that run their mouths and they have the most fucking smack to talk and they talk the most fucking shit. talk the most fucking shit. It's funny how it's funny how your family can disrespect you and how your family can verbally pick on you and verbally bully you, but then when you get upset and you got something to say back and you got smoke for you got smoke for the niggas who disrespected you and called you out of your name first, then they want to play the victim and then you're the bad guy and you're the disrespectful one. You're the one with the smart ass mouth and the attitude. But these are the exact same niggas who disrespected you first. It's funny how niggas can dish out disrespect and can dish out insults, but they can't dish out the same smoke and disrespect that they just handed out. And then when you call these niggas out, now they want to get all angry and they want to get all bent out of shape and all that shit and all that. And I'm like, it's getting to the point where I'm really starting to get bullied by my own fucking family. Like, I feel like at this point, family doesn't even care about you. Like, if you don't have a job, or if you're not working, if you're just fed up and tired of it and you just want freedom and all that, then now they want to verbally bully you and pick on you and talk shit to you, and now they want to escape. And then sometimes they might want to scapegoat you or talk shit about you behind your back. And it's funny how these old heads want to make fun of us for being soft and all that, but then these old heads they're hella overly protected but they're fucking kids and all that, and then the only time that their kids are grown up adults is when it's time to work a job or when it's time to or when it's time for these old elderly people or these OGs to pimp their kids out and use them for disposable sources of income because they fucked up, they fumbled the bag, and now they gotta rely somewhat on the next generation to like carry them and use them as a crutch. And then it's funny how like I was like fucking how I was beefing and arguing with my dad and shit. And this nigga's talking about, oh, I'm gonna send some hitters after you. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, oh, I'm gonna get some niggas to come out there and come get you. Like, what do you like? How are you like? You hear this nigga? Like, when was the last time you ever heard a parent tell their own daughter or son that they're gonna send some hitters after them for not wanting to work? Like, this, I swear to God, that altercation was so fucking hilarious. Like, this nigga sounded so fucking stupid during that argument. And then when it comes down to it, it's like these elderly people or these old heads and shit or these OGs, these niggas have fucking tunnel vision. They don't see any other way. They see this only way. This is all these niggas fucking see. They don't see anything any differently. They don't see anything any other way. It's just this way and this way only. It's either their way or the highway. Nigga, I will take the fucking highway. I do not care. And then it's crazy how these old heads want to talk down on our generation for being broke and all that shit. But then it's I remember today I was scrolling through YouTube and all that, and I remember I told y'all this shit. There was like a small little documentary or at least a couple of videos about the working poor and the working homeless lower class in America. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it makes no sense for a man to get up and grind just to be poor or just to be damn near homeless. Like, aren't you putting in the grind? Aren't you putting in the work? Aren't you putting in the hustle? Aren't you working for it? But this is what you get. And there's even a video that says like, hard work is bullshit. Hard work is a scam. Why did the people who work the hardest get paid the least amount of money? Why do the most hardworking people have to suffer? Well, the people who do bare minimum or who knows, maybe even less than bare minimum, but yet they don't have to fucking suffer. But it's the niggas who work hard who have to go through it. It's really funny how these older people want to try and talk shit and try to run their mouths off about us. It's really fucking hilarious. It is. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke. And then anytime you try to tell these elderly people the truth or you try to talk about some real shit that really needs to be addressed, now you're being negative. Now you're protesting and arguing. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? We all should be like, oh, you're then my dad wants to be like, oh, you're protesting. Oh, you're arguing. Like, what are you talking about, Dad? We all should be protesting. We all should be fucking arguing against this fucked up ass system and all this bullshit that's going on nowadays. What happened to the good old days where people would fucking protest and argue, would protest and pump their fists in the fucking air and try to at least fight for some shit? But nowadays, everyone's too soft and bitch made and has no balls. to stand up to anything, and they'll bend over and take it like a little bitch. They'll bend over and take it up the ass from their managers, their bosses, and the government, and the people who leech and eat off of the poor and less fortunate. But they'll bend over and take it up the ass for these niggas and enjoy it. And I'm not even gonna say positive because you're literally getting bent over and getting your shit drilled. Like I don't even know how these niggas walk without needing like a cane or a wheelchair or something. Because these older generations, they love the bend over and take it up the ass from their managers and their bosses and all that. And it's funny how my dad wants to be like, "Oh son, you need to go to work and ask for more responsibilities." Like these niggas aren't gonna pay you for doing more shit. You're just doing more shit and still gonna get the exact same payment or maybe even less or slightly even more. But like you're just doing extra work just to still be stuck in the exact same position. Like, are these niggas gonna promote you? Are these niggas gonna like? Ugh. It's funny how it's very hilarious and very funny how I've actually caught my dad bitching and crying and complaining about this shit, and I'll be sitting like, what the fuck? Oh, he's complaining right now, but then if I were to complain and do it, then they're gonna have a problem with it. Like it's very and I just had to come on. I had to come on here and just fucking talk, man. I had to. And then it's funny how my dad and my grandma or my nana, who I love my nana so fucking much, man. It's not even funny. I love nana. But they'll both be like, "Oh, go get a job so you won't be in one of your moods." But yet they complain about my behavior and they complain about my attitude. But I have a job, so explain me why I still have an attitude. Explain me why my behavior is still the same. Explain me why I haven't changed or grown or made any real genuine progress as a person from doing this shit. But yet I thought getting a job was supposed to like help me and all that. And like I said in my video, people be having jobs, but yet people have jobs and have had these jobs or whatever, but yet they have all kinds of physical or mental health issues. And that's not me running my mouth or making excuses. Like that shit is fucking true. And it's funny how these older generations have seen this shit and they've lived this shit their entire lives, but then when we talk about it, now we're making excuses and all that. But you've seen this shit before, right? You've seen this shit with your own two fucking eyes, but let the next generation say something and we're making excuses and shit. I can't these OGs, bro. I can't with y'all anymore. I just can't. Like these OGs be getting overly angry and getting overly upset when it comes time to like talk about these jobs or talk shit about these jobs. It's funny how some people really don't think that. It's really funny how some people don't think that work is slavery. Like some of these bosses and managers and rich people or upper class people have like are definitely descendants of fucking slaves. They are. Ooh, my bad, y'all. I'm sorry. My bad, y'all. My bad for that awkward silence. I kind of just fell asleep, and I'm a little tired, man. Shit. I'm about to go to bed and catch some Z's after this video. But where did me personally, and and Gen Z, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen Beta, we're just fucking fed up and sick and tired of going to war and fighting with these older generations over some shit that they're against their damn selves but want to pin the blame on us instead of the people who've actually done it to them their entire fucking lives, and yet they're so wise and act like they've seen every damn thing. But then when other niggas speak on it, when other people speak on shit that needs to be addressed, yet they're negative and they're protesting and have an attitude and they're disrespectful and whatever shit these older people got to say about us. Y'all can talk all the shit we want, but then apparently it's a known fact that Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen Beta are a whole lot wiser than people that are twice their fucking age. So y'all can take that L, chalk it up, and take your ass back home, or wherever you came from originally. And it's funny how I bring up these points to my dad and shit, and he still has all kinds of shit to talk. And it's like, you just can't tell these people anything. You can't. This is part of the reason why I'm gonna be talking to my family as well, because like you can't really tell nobody anything without a verbal argument or without some kind of fight going down and shit. Like I wish there were more like people that were like on this like mental path, or people who had this like who had this like similar mindset that I have. Also, by the way, I want to give a shout out to Earth is a rigged joke again. Shout out to the homie. Earth is a rigged joke. Shout out to the homie. Yeah. But I had to make a quick little rant about these fucking old heads and these older generations and all the shit talking, and I just had to just go off real quick, bruh. Most of my rants are normally pretty long, but I just had to get this shit off my chest real quick, bro. I couldn't fucking take it, dude. Like I've had this shit bottled up inside of me all day, and I'm actually glad I let it out. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not healthy to hold it, and then these old heads want you to hold in your emotions, and they just want you to just be a functional zombie. Like a lot of people have these jobs and pay all these bills and do all this and that, but it's like a vast majority of people are fucking functional zombies. Like that shit is not healthy for your mind or your body. But then these old heads want to complain or want to bitch and cry and complain about how we bitch and cry and complain just like they do. Like these OGs are some of the biggest fucking hypocrites on earth. And the fact that they don't feel any kind of guilt or shame for like some of the bullshit that they say and do is just fucked up. It is. I've been grinding my damn my whole entire fucking life, and yeah, I'm still stuck. Yeah, I'm still struggling. Yeah, I'm still a few paychecks away from being fucking homeless and being out on the streets. And then these old heads or these OGs or these elderly people with or without jobs or no like people, even people with jobs, like they're no better off than a bum, a leech, a freeloader, or a moocher. Like these people are literally a few paychecks away from being in the exact same position as these people are. So all that lazy talk and you need to hustle and grind, all that, nah. And it's funny how they know that like how these companies don't really be giving you a raise like that, and all these niggas have to give you is like 25 or 50 cents. Like all I get, like nigga, we're living in an era where everything is getting more and more expensive, and you're giving, and the only raise we get is fucking pocket change, nigga. Like what? But you're supposed to be grateful, or else you're the bad guy, or else something's wrong with you. And what the fuck? And then these people are always like using the exact same old recycled ass excuses, the same old tired ass rants. Like my generation, we are sick and tired of you old people or you OGs complaining. Like shut the fuck up. I don't even know how y'all complained anyway. Y'all had the time. Y'all was having a blast when you were our age. We're not having so much fun like you did back when you were our age. My generation, we are not having fun out here. Maybe obviously a certain percentage of us are having fun, and you know what I'm saying, but us, like a vast majority of us, hell no. These OGs and these old heads or these elderly people be making their lives sound like they're living exotically and shit. Like our generation, we're not getting that shit. We gotta damn near kill ourselves to get that shit. Sometimes I wish I was born like back in this era that my dad grew up in and all that, cause shit was so much fucking cheaper and so much easier. Money was so much easier to maintain and say it's easier. It was so much easier to even save money as well and all that. And I can understand why they talk a lot about back in the day this and back in the day that. Like, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. Because back in the day was so easy, and it's like I don't get how there's like we do the exact same thing. Like we're like, oh, back in the day, this and that, and then when the OGs or these elderly people do it, then it's okay. But then when we say something about it, we're just making excuses. We're complaining. We just need a hustle or go find a hustle, and yeah. But it's funny how these OGs and these elderly people got smoked for their sons and their daughters and the next generation of upcoming people, but nobody ever has smoking animosity towards the niggas who overwork them and underpay their dumbasses and sit on their asses all day and mooch and leech off of their work. But these people are immune to getting the finger pointed at them though. They're immune to, you know what I'm saying, getting held accountable. They're immune to getting exposed for the bullshit that they do, but when the poor and less fortunate do some shit, it's always the poor and less fortunate that get treated fucking harshly and get treated like shit. This is also another reason why our generation doesn't want to work anymore. It's like getting to the point where like the hyperinflation was made to keep the rich rich and keep the poor poor. And then if society is, and then that's why it's called the working poor. And but then what's the point of it being called the working poor when society harshly treats and puts down the poor and less fortunate? So what's the point of working if I'm just going to live in a society that's just going to beat me down and verbally disrespect me and blatantly disrespect me and give me unsolicited attacks? Like this is what I get for the contributions that you give to society. It is what you get for giving up your life, your energy, your freedom, and your time, your money, your energy, and your soul to these companies, these organizations, and corporations and industries that fucked you over in the end. But we're supposed to be grateful and all that shit. We're not supposed to get angry or feel any kind of way about that bullshit. But if we talk about how we feel and what's going on, then we're making excuses and we're lazy and we're protesting and we're the problem and shit, just ridiculous. I wish the OGs, the old heads, and the elderly and Gen X or Gen Z, Gen Alpha and Gen Beta. Like I wish we all could come together and fight this shit. I wish we all, like all as human beings who aren't rich, which is like damn a vast majority of people. I wish we could all come together and fight this shit, but no one's gonna do it. They're gonna attack and defend. They're gonna attack and defend the people that do this that you know what I'm saying, that harm them, and then go after the people who didn't do shit and are on the exact same side as the people who are against it. That's just always how it's gonna be. Um, and then I want to talk about these schools real quick. I don't know, like I hate school. Growing up as a kid, I've always hated fucking school. Like who wants to worry about tests, quizzes, homework, grades, final exams, and all these other BS that comes with going to school and all that. Like school is fucking stressful. It is. It's stressful as all hell. And then it's not. And then if you go to college, like, I'm just gonna give my personal perspective on it. But then it's like if I go to college, like I'm gonna be stressed the fuck out with dealing with all that shit. And then when it comes to, like the social part, I'm tired of being around men all the damn time. I want some pussy. I want some females. I want some booty. I want some buns. And all that. I want to put my face in between a girl's titties and rub my face in a girl's titties and all that shit. But unfortunately, a vast majority of us men are invisible and can't really get women like that or can't pull any girls and all that. So then it's like we have no choice but to be laid up or be posted up with a bunch of guys all day. And I don't want to be posted up around a bunch of guys all day. Like if I go to college, I want to be with some females, bro. I'm trying to kick it with some females, bro. I'm trying to be around some women. Like who wants to, like what man in his right mind wants to sit around and lay around with other men all day? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like none of this shit is normal, man. Like we need to come together and we all need to fight this. The elderly people, the OGs, the old heads, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and Gen Beta. Like, we all need to come together and fight this shit. It's not gonna take a couple of us. It's gonna take all of us. All of us to fight this shit and go against it. It's gonna take all of us. But I guess apparently no one really seems to give a damn or really seem to give a fuck like that. I've said everything I needed to say for this video. It's your boy Elijah B, and I'm back at y'all with a brand new video. Like, comment, and subscribe down below because you already know what kind of time it is. Peace and blessings to everybody who watched this video, and thanks for everybody who takes the time out of their day to listen to what I gotta say and show me some kind of love and support. I really appreciate it, man. I'm done with this video. I'm about to go to bed real quick. Hopefully I don't have to shoot anything tomorrow, shoot any videos or shoot any kind of content tomorrow, but Elijah B out.